Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am Stephanie and today's reading is about what is going on in this connection. So we have 3 piles here for you today. We're going to be looking at what is going on between you and your person, whether you are committed, dating, in a situationship, or whatever may be going on. And I feel like I've been doing a lot of relationship readings lately. I guess partially because we are near Valentine's Day. I'm filming a lot of these in February, but also there's a lot of energy surrounding relationships to begin this. I don't even know what to call it. I guess the dragon, year of the dragon, Pluto in Aquarius season. There's just a lot of shifting energies going on. And even as I'm speaking, there's so many cars driving in the background. My neighborhood is very busy at night sometimes. But regardless, we have 3 piles here for you today. We have pile 1 with the heart-shaped selenite, pile 3 with this beautiful moon agate, and this is pile 2. Pile 3 has this amethyst point dagger. I love this. So take the time to think about you and your person, the connection, and all the energy surrounding it, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose this beautiful selenite heart, then we have a reading here for you today about what is going on in this connection. We're going to start with your oracles to get a gist of the energy between you and your person. This is going to be looking at the relationship, the connection as a whole, and then we're going to tap into the tarot to see what else is going on. So let's start with the cards you chose. We have Find Me in the Dark, I'll Be in the Stars, Find Me in Your Heart, I'm in Need of Your Love, Nicki Minaj, Your Love. This is beautiful, especially Find Me in the Dark. Let's look at the rest of your oracles. We have Faith. Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense with Find Me in the Dark. We have Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. And Movement with 36. So I'm getting the energy of a... This is funny because this card kept coming up in one of my oracles. I kept getting the Shapeshifter card. Somebody is trying to be several things at once, and somebody is trying to figure out who they are themselves. I feel like it's more your partner. It might be a little bit of you as well, pile 1. And I feel like you may not get that. I don't know. I feel like this connection itself is trying to figure out what it is. I'm sorry for such a loud... That is an excessively loud car. Like, there is no reason for it to be that loud. Okay, I'm sorry. I judge my neighbors by their loud-ass vehicles sometimes. But regardless, I feel like this connection is trying to figure itself out. Because there is some sense of, like, believing that you two are destined to be together. There is a sense here that you are both very comfortable in each other's energy. There's something spiritual about this. Possibly fated, possibly... soulmatey vibes, but that's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be the case. With Deception, somebody is fooling themselves here, and I'm not trying to say that somebody is in denial of this connection, but it's more like somebody is trying to be all things at once to all people, and somebody is trying to be something to you that they may not be ready to be. Or this could be you as well, pile 1. The deception isn't that somebody is lying to you, it's that they are lying to themselves. With Movement here, I do get the feeling that this could be a connection where you both like to do a lot of movement. I feel like you both have an abundance of energy, so it's better expressed when you're doing activities together, such as maybe working out together at the gym or hiking or something. Maybe not the gym. I feel like at the gym it's easy for people to not focus on each other because you're focusing on your own body. But definitely a sense where, like, especially if you play like sports together or if you accomplish certain tasks together, there is a sense that this connection expresses itself better that way. Of course, I really do feel a heavy situationship energy here, where it's a little bit more deep than just a situationship, if that makes any sense. But you would both have to agree to this to some extent. And I feel like this is where the self-deception comes, where somebody is trying to imagine themselves in a more committed energy right now than they are willing to give, or that they are willing to, like, give up their freedom for. And why this deception is coming through, I'm not sure. We'll have to look at the tarot for that as well. But let me get some astro dice. I've actually been using the astro dice a lot more lately. I've had them for a while, but I typically forget them. We have, this is North Node, the 6th house. What was I talking about? The gym here. And Virgo. So Virgo is interesting because Virgo is very analytical and very critical. And because it landed near the deception card, I feel like somebody, sorry, this is not Virgo, this is Scorpio. That makes a lot more sense because Scorpios do tend to be very private individuals. And I feel like they themselves like to solve the mystery of themselves sometimes, if that makes any sense. Like they like to be mysterious. So they're not going to give away every little bit of themselves to anybody, ever. I feel like there's very few people who get to see all sides of themselves. And even then, they do like to witness new sides of themselves that they themselves have not seen before. I feel like whoever the Scorpio is in this connection, if there is one, or whoever has the more scorpionic energy, is a little bit, I don't want to say self-obsessed, but they definitely think about the kind of person they want to be quite a lot, or the kind of person they want to come off as to people. With North Node, somebody could have the North Node in Scorpio. The 6th house is very interesting because, like I said, this could be the gym. This is also the everyday health administration type of house. This is the house of like daily activities. That could be work, that could be health. It could also be administration. So this might be somebody you live with. This could be somebody that you do regular chores with. Somebody, I feel like this is somebody you work out with, believe it or not, because it is giving me that. Or somebody you could work with as well. That's another strong possibility. So I feel like you may think you understand them and know them because you see them quite regularly, but because the Scorpio energy and the deception came through, I feel like even then they have a very specific persona they put on in that environment that you I feel like when you see a different side of them, you're going to shift your perspective on them for sure. This is coming through very strongly. Isn't Nicki Minaj also a Scorpio? I'm trying to figure out what her son. No, she's a Sagittarius. Never mind. Find me in the dark. I'll be in the stars. Find me in your heart. I'm in need of your love. The I'm in need of your love was sticking out when I repeated that. Somebody kind of wants a declaration of love here. With faith, I feel like whoever's the one being with the deception, the other person has faith that they will be true to themselves and to this connection. Not gonna lie, pile 1, this is very, very sobering energy. I feel like you truly want to get to the truth of this connection here. But let's move on to the tarot. I will be using the Shadowscapes Tarot, which is my first tarot deck. I don't know why I was called to use it this time around, but I'm going to stop here and you're going to see a cut. It's going to be the next day because I have to stop for the night. All right, pile 1, time to get on with the tarot. It is the next day. And I'm glad because the light is so beautiful and I feel like we're going to gain some clarity on your situation. I really was going back through the messages that I was channeling last night, and I can feel that a lot of you are in the dark about this, so I really hope you do gain some clarity surrounding your person. But like I said, we're going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot for my pile 1. We have the King of Cups, the King of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Like I said, somebody's trying to be all sorts of things to you, because we have all these what are they called, the court cards, and whenever I see a court card, I take it to mean a person, a specific person. Whoever this is wants to be both the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Wands. And two things about the King and Knight of Cups: one definitely gives me more F-boy energy, and the other one gives me somebody who wants to take care of you emotionally. So I feel like they go back and forth between like the level you are in this relationship, depending on either what's going on in their lives, how they feel, what amount of energy they're able to give you. Back of the deck energy, we have the Queen of Wands. This would be I feel like it's still them. And some of this could be you as well, pile one. I think you have to be very honest about where you stand in this connection and where you are at your own level, because I feel like, yes, it's easy to call out your person and say that they're not where they're supposed to be, but I feel like they're also mirroring some aspect of yourself that may or may not be ready to be in a connection, may or may not be ready to trust. We have two aces here, so I feel like this relationship is fairly new, or at the very least the situationship part of this connection. Because even if you've known them for a while, like I said, it's like you don't know where you stand with them, or you don't know where this connection is. I do feel like there's some stability and there's a lot of emotions here, but there's like a lack of clarity because I have no swords cards. But let's do some clarification with, let's use the Liberator to get some clarity. I feel like this is the main thing you're lacking in this connection, is clarity, or even a willingness to commit. I'm sorry, my voice is a little all over the place. Like, my sinuses they've been pretty bad in the morning, which is part of the reason I've started doing my readings a little bit later. But I'm loving the clarity that's come through so far. So we have this card to clarify the King of Cups. We have the Sovereign of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands here again. If you're identifying as the Queen of Wands, if you're more in your feminine energy when it comes to this relationship, if we even want to call it that, the Queen of Wands is very demanding. And not in a way that's like overbearing. It's just that she wants clarity. She wants to know where she stands. She wants to know that she is being treated well, and that she will be given her due respect here. This is going to be fire sign energy, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but you don't have to be that. This is just somebody who demands to know where they stand. Like, they will not be ignored. They will not be treated less than they are. Out of all the queens, this is the one who steps up the most for herself. So I definitely feel like you're in this energy where you just want to know where you stand. You want to be given your due credit in this relationship, if there even is one. To clarify the King of Wands, we have the Four of Cups with introspection here. I really feel like your person is in a place where they may not even know, because the Four of Cups is giving me somebody who's been very self-reflective lately. And I do feel that there is some compassion towards them because, like I said, if they themselves are still figuring themselves out and you're trying to be very sympathetic towards that, you're trying to be understanding of it. But at the same time, it's like, you need to know. I don't know how long this has been going on, but I do feel like that has to be taken into consideration. Let's clarify the aces. So we have the King of Pentacles. No, sorry, the Knight of Pentacles. Slow progress. And to clarify the Ace of Pentacles, we have the the Knight of Cups again. Like I said, it's giving me F-boy energy or F-girl, depending on what this connection is, who you're with. Somebody is not willing to commit. Because the Knight of Cups, it can be somebody romantic, but it's like lover boy, lover girl, but they don't really want to commit. Especially for the nature of this particular reading where we're supposed to figure out where they are. If this was somebody new and they were in the Knight of Cups energy, or if this is something from the future, this is a good card to have because this is somebody who's willing to charm you. But when this connection has been established, or when you're trying to figure out what they want to be and they're still in the Knight of Cups energy, that can be a problem because they may not want to move on from that energy. They may still want to just be in that very casual dating phase, or they may want to keep tabs on other people. Like I said, you're just wanting to know where you stand. To clarify the Knight of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune here is interesting because I was thinking almost Tower card. There's going to be a moment that is a little bit unpredictable. Maybe it is predictable because the Wheel of Fortune gives me more predictability, but there's going to be something that comes out of the blue that's going to have to force either you or them to really understand where this relationship is going, because I feel like it can't sustain itself at the pace that it is right now, or at the very least it won't for too long. Back at the deck energy, we have the Hierophant. And this is giving me karmic situation vibes, like you were meant to meet this person to learn something about yourself or them, most likely yourself, because we do have two pillars here, and that's making me think of the High Priestess. Your intuition isn't lying to you about this situation. If you came here for confirmation, I hope this is helping you out. Underneath that, we have the King of Cups again. what you're looking for is somebody who's going to be there for you in the long haul, pile one. I can tell you're looking for somebody that you know you can trust, that you know you can confide in, who will care about your feelings, who will care about what's going on with you. And I'm not saying that they don't care. I'm just saying that I feel like their energy is very scattered. And whether that's because they don't know where they are themselves, like they may not understand what they want to do with their life, or whether they want to heal or not. I feel like your person needs a lot of healing, but it's not up to you to heal them. I just want you to know that. You have this Queen of Wands energy surrounding you. If you don't feel like this is you, this is Spirit asking you to step into this energy of commanding respect, of commanding to be seen, to be heard, to be appreciated. Like I said, this is fire energy. You have to be a lot more demanding. You have to be into yourself. And now I'm hearing that song. I'm feeling myself. It's Nicki Minaj and Beyonce. My sister pointed it out to me that when I channeled this song last time, that it's also features Beyonce. So if both Nicki and Beyonce are telling you that you need to be feeling yourself, I don't know what to tell you. But that is coming through. You have to step into this energy of somebody who will be respected. Be a little bit about yourself. Be a little bit egocentric. Be just well, I'm not saying narcissistic here in a bad way. I'm just saying care about yourself. Put yourself first, because whoever this person is, they may not be putting you first, or they might be so into whatever's going on with them that they're not putting you at the top of their list when you should be. It's okay to demand this. It's okay to demand that somebody pays more attention to you. This isn't going to be a bad thing. This is just your standard when it comes to this relationship. Even if you're somebody who typically doesn't ask for this in relationships, I feel like right now you have to be in an energy where you're looking out for yourself. Because there is a cycle here that might repeat itself with the Wheel of Fortune. This is like a warning where you might just be creating a cycle where even if you let this person go, the next person might try to do something similar. And it's up to you to stop this. The Queen of Wands is asking for you to take accountability for your energy that you bring into relationships as well. And I'm saying this with so much love, pile one. I really am. You're a badass. So step into that badass energy. Like, you're the shiz. So step into that energy. Demand this attention. There is also a call here for you to maybe... if you've been feeling like you need a glow up, or you want to do some kind of makeover, whether that's like a haircut, some kind of a face thing, like for example, I've been thinking about getting my eyebrows done, but like with henna, something like that. Even if it's something small, like maybe getting your nails done, some kind of beauty routine, go ahead and do it, because you will meet certain people at these salons or wherever you go to get your stuff done, that are going to remind you who you are. And I know they're kind of doing it for the tips, because if they hype you up, they know they'll get a little bit. But I feel like a lot of this advice can actually be very genuine. Like, I've been into nail salons where they're very honest. Like, they don't care if it's a little bit negative. They'll be like, yeah, you need this, this, and this. And then, you know, they'll be very honest with you. I feel like whomever these hype people, these hype women, I feel more than likely, are going to remind you who you are. Like, maybe you might tell them about your situation and they'll be like, girl, what? No, you need somebody who can do this, this, and that. Like, you know, it's that situation. I really feel like you need to hear it from somebody outside yourself, or outside of your friend group, or outside of your family, because there is a little bit of a stale energy here. Look how no swords have come up at all. And that means you need fresh air. But let's get into the tarot. I'm just channeling right now because I can tell that you've been needing to get a little hyped up, pile one. So we have the King of Cups with the Queen of Wands. Like I said, you're demanding to be treated fairly. And I'm not saying to come in with an attitude, because some of you might be prone to this, and I'm guilty as well. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, as somebody who recognizing game here, you might have a little bit of an attitude, but that's okay, because they need to understand what you are looking for out of this connection. Even if it was just meant to be a situationship, I feel like there's nothing wrong with expressing that you kind of want to have something more. There is nothing wrong with breaking that just so that you can be honest with each other, because this person sure isn't being honest with themselves or with you in some regard. I'm not saying that there's deception going on, but I feel like the nature of whatever this is has been lost on them. With the King of Wands and the Four of Cups, this is them. They are also very much in their energy, but look how his back is turned. Like, he's not facing forward, he's facing backwards. And that makes me think that yes, he or she, whoever your person is self-reflecting, but they're ignoring you in the process with the Four of Cups here. The Four of Cups, they're thinking about stuff they've done in the past. They're thinking about where they need to go next. Like, their mind is on everything of where they need to step towards, but it's not, either it's not including you or they're not telling you about it. And you kind of need to. The energy this is giving me is of, I used to have somebody in my life who would make all these plans, and it was assumed that it would involve me, but they would never fill me in on the details. So I would have to constantly ask. And it would get to a point where I would start getting annoyed or angry because it's like, hey, I need to know. And it was a relationship. So it was like, hey, I need to know what's going on. It's giving me that energy where you deserve to be told what's going on with them. Or if this isn't an established connection, if there's no commitment here, you still deserve to understand where they're coming from, to express your needs and your wants, and then to see how they respond. Like, you deserve this. You're not asking for too much when it comes to this pile one. With the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So yes, this is new love, but it's progressing a little slowly. And I feel like there's two messages here. Either it's going too slow for your comfort. This will depend on how long this has been going on. So take this as it resonates. And if it's new, then there is a call here that you may want to go at this slow pace. You might have to take their lead, or, well, maybe not their lead, but take a hint from how slow they're being about the situation, and take it slowly. This will depend on how long this has been. If this is a long time connection, then yeah, go ahead, put your foot down and ask. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like some of you might be doing some throat chakra clearing, because we do have a lot of blue here. It's time to step into your voice, pile one. And if this is a new connection, then again, keep your head held high, keep your posture, like, just pretend you're a queen, and know that when the time comes, you will be asking, okay, what are we? But do take it slow. Again, with the Ace of Pentacles here and the Conqueror of Cups. I love how these two kind of switched here, because we have 2 Pentacles and then 2 Cups, the Aces and the Knights. And I feel like this is just confirming what I just said, that depending on whether it's a short connection, or if it's been a shorter connection, or if it's been longer, because if it's been longer, it's time for you to ask where you stand romantically with this person. But regardless, with the Wheel of Fortune here, something will happen, because there is something fated about this situation that is going to impact you with your future connections, should there be more future connections, or should it remain with this person. I'm not saying your person is bad here. I feel like they have a lot going on, but it might also be a reflection of what you yourself have going on, pile one, because we have the Hierophant here, and underneath that we have the King of Cups. What's underneath the Queen of Wands? We've got the Queen of Cups. Yeah. You want to step into your nurturing energy. And I feel like some of you, Page of Cups, yeah, new connection. I feel like some of you have been withholding your love and your affection, and even some aspects of yourself. Like I said, you will know who's the person who's not being honest with themselves here, because there is a small chance that it might be you as well, pile one. I feel like there's a lot of mirroring within this connection, and that's been proven with all these with all the court cards that have shown up twice. We have the Queen of Wands twice, we have the King of Cups twice, we have the Knight of Cups. Like, there's mirroring in this connection for sure. So, and I feel like this is where you have to take it slow. Don't call them out on something until you're ready for them to call you out on the same thing, because there is going to be reciprocity here, but it's like you both have to come clean about what you want, especially if this is a situationship, because I feel like you both may have agreed to a situationship. Like, you both wanted something that was very non-committal, something casual, just for the heck of it. But feelings have been caught here. I'm not gonna lie. There are feelings that have been caught. There are with Pentacles, there might be a situation where you're combining either finances, materials. You may be thinking about moving in together for practical reasons. But before that happens, make sure you're clear about what this connection is, because moving in with somebody can, like, for example, if that is what's going on here, if you want them to move in with you, it's going to take a lot longer to get them out. Like, just think about it twice before you really agree to this. Even if you will both save money, for the short term. In the long term, is it worth putting up with them? Or is it worth putting up with somebody who, like I said, you don't know where you stand with them? Because this is a lesson to be learned with the Hierophant. And I do love that idea that the Hierophant is karmic lessons here. Because for a long time, it was the knowledge that's been passed down. I'm taking it to mean karmic lessons now. And it doesn't have to be bad. Like I said, demand where you stand with this person before you take any big step with them. Because just because you agree to move in with each other doesn't mean that this connection is going to be solid or that it's going to be more committed. You know, this person might just be looking for a place to stay, but they may be keeping their options open. Ask them to be upfront about that. Same thing with you. I'm not saying that you're looking to have other options, but it's like if things get ugly within this connection while you're living together, there is a chance that you might want to this is giving me that situation where you can't leave each other for practical reasons, so you have to look elsewhere. And I'm not condoning anything here, but there might be a chance that you yourself might stray as well, and you have to be very honest with yourself. Because I'm seeing the Devil card. You don't want to be chained to a situation that you cannot handle. Make sure that this connection is established first. Make sure you know where you stand with your person. I love this clarity. I love that we have this clarity here for you, pile 1. I feel like I'm glad I took that. I'm glad I went to sleep and then followed this up the next day. And maybe some of you need to learn how to sleep on something as well. I feel like let this conversation take as long as it needs to. But do demand an answer. Sleep on it if you have to. Because yes, wait for their answer, but like also set a time limit. Like there's just a lot of stuff that needs to be defined here. We're going to move on to your closing cards and advice cards. We have, this is the Love and Relationship Affirmators deck. I have the deluxe, which is a little bit of everything, but I like to get the Love and Relationship one for these specific type of readings. So for my pile 1, okay, this one doesn't want to go back in. Curiosity. Meeting new people, I remember what a treasure trove of opinions, interests, and stories they are. But these treasures will only be unlocked if I embrace my curiosity. So I'll be curious and you be interesting. Deal? What this is giving me is Gemini energy, where you have to ask more questions, and your questions have to be better. Or at least more concise. They have to, or precise. Your questions have to be stated in such a way that you know you will get a specific answer you are looking for. And I'm not saying you're looking for like one answer. I'm saying you're looking for the right answer to your specific situation or what's going on. For example, don't make it an open-ended question. Let's say there's a deadline here. Don't ask, when will you have the money, for example. If this is, sorry for the cut, pile 1, but as I was talking about the curiosity card, let's go ahead and use an example of a relationship. Instead of asking, how do you feel about us as a relationship or going forward, ask, I feel like you might have to start with your own declaration of where you stand. Like, this is how I'm feeling about us. I want us to do this, this, and this. How do you feel? You have to make sure that they're able to give you the response that you're looking for. I know some of us can feel like we need to leave it open-ended so we don't corner our partner, but in this specific situation, especially if you want to progress forward, they should be held accountable and they should be an adult and be able to give you a precise answer. I feel like don't settle for, I can't give you an answer, because that itself, I feel like is rejection. Or like I said, you have to step into your energy of demanding to know what you are. I had already picked the cards before this whole thing cut off. I actually finished the reading, so I'm just going to bring back what I got. We have solar plexus with activation, independent, and willpower. This is stepping into your most confident and powerful role. This is you stepping into your power. Again, that Queen of Wands energy is coming through. The independence is standing out more, because regardless of what goes on in this connection, whether you remain together or whether you leave each other, you will know that you will be fine. You will be just fine, pile 1. We have waning crescents with acceptance, allowance, and evolution. This is definitely closing out a cycle, either within your love life or within this connection itself, depending on what's going on. And it's going to feel very natural. It's going to feel with allowance and evolution, like you're just allowing things to progress as they should. There is a sense of fate here. We then got the Eight of Water. This is from the Angel Tarot card deck. And it's typically a tarot deck, but it gives good advice because here we have a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual, and emotional growth. So regardless, there will be growth within this connection or out of this connection. Because the desire to move on, again, is either from this particular situation with your person or from your person if they don't meet up to the standards that you've set. The search for something more meaningful. You might just need somebody who cares a little bit more than they do if they don't show that they care. With Maeve, cycles and rhythms, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. Some of you might be working with the moon and the moon levels, or sorry, moon cycles. And some of you might be working with your own menstrual cycle if you have one. And even if you don't have one, I feel like I get this from gay men a lot that they do keep like their own cycle. And I'm not sure if there's been like research on that because I feel like men go through, cis men, of course, go through their own levels of emotions here. But regardless, I feel like you're going to take note of the weeks that you are more energetic and positive, and those weeks will result in like better decisions being made, as opposed to the weeks where you're, your body's just wreaking havoc on you and you're not able to truly take care of everything because you're focusing on yourself. Pay attention to those moments, pay attention to those cycles. We are sacred beings in tune with nature. And of course, the whole idea of a karmic cycle, you want to prevent that from going on again. Because I feel like some of you might be on the verge of maybe not restarting a cycle, but you don't want to get yourself caught up in one. But this is where I leave you, my beautiful pile one. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, let me know. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello, pile 2. If you chose this cute little agate moon, then we have your reading here for you today about where you, I was going to say where you stand in this connection, but it's more where this connection is headed. What is this connection? Clarity on this connection for sure. But because I said where you stand on this connection, maybe this is what you're wanting to know yourself. We're going to start with some oracles, and then we're going to get into the tarot. So let's start with sometime day breaks in my life. Sometime the sun shines in my life. Sometime things work right in my life. You are my sometime. This is Sweet Honey in the Rock. Sometime. I've never heard this song, but this is giving me the sun card in tarot so far. We have fear. We have codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. I'm not getting addictions here, but definitely the codependency is coming through. And then we have connect with your ancestors. So there is ancestral baggage coming through. I feel like there's a cycle that has repeated itself in your family for quite some time. I would look back at the relationships that your parents had, that your grandparents had, maybe even your aunts and uncles, if that is if that's the thing, because there is something about codependency here. Some of you are repeating your parents' mistakes and you're not aware of it. I feel like I need to say that again. Some of you are repeating your parents, your grandparents, or your aunt and uncle's mistakes, and you're not aware of it. Because there is a sense here that your ancestors are coming through to tell you that this is not what they intended for you to keep doing. It's funny because I channel ancestors a lot, and I've actually gone through this where there have been cycles that repeated in my family, not even from my parents, but from my aunts and uncles. Because I was partially raised by them. They took care of me when I was younger. And I feel like I picked up a lot from their relationships and a lot of like certain ideals, or I've shaped my ideals around those situations. So take this into account. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be your parents. It could be a particular couple that took care of you when you were younger. Like I said, for me, it was my aunts and uncles because they babysat me a lot when I was younger. And for some of you, it might be your grandparents and whatever was going on with them. And you really have to look at them because you got to remember they were abiding by very different social standards of their time, or they were abiding by the economic constraints on them, whatever those may have been when they were when they got together. It was also very common for people to stay together back then. And in some cases, believe it or not, I'm picking up if some of you came from a cultural background where it was normal to have multiple wives, that could be affecting you as well. Like some of you are feeling that you are like a secondary or a third connection here, and it's okay for them to just have other people because either your grandparents, great grandparents, whatever your background is here, please take that into account. That's affecting you and your desire to have a monogamous, committed connection, or at the very least, the respect of one, which is very interesting. That is not my culture, but I know that like in a lot of like certain African countries have that, certain Muslim backgrounds have that, where like having multiple wives is a thing. That's very interesting. Let me know if that resonated. With fear here, the fear isn't that you're afraid to leave this connection or to make it progress to whatever it is that you want it to be, or even that they will leave you or that they will treat you less. The fear here is that if you break this cycle within your family, that you will not be accepted any longer, which is ridiculous because your ancestors are here to tell you that you deserve to be happy. They're saying young one or little one, that's cute. That they're saying you deserve to be happy. They don't care what stupid laws or customs they were growing up in. A lot of these people, a lot of your ancestors would have been so much happier if things were simpler or if things had worked out in their favor. They don't want to see you in that same situation, especially because a lot of you are no longer in that time frame that they were. You're no longer in the cultural bondage that they were to these customs that they were set in. A lot of you are in a much better place to do whatever it is what you want with your life. So to see you go through the same things that they went through, it's like they didn't put all that hard work to get you to where you are right now through your family, to see you keep struggling the way they did. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. They're very passionate about this, pile 2. I really hope you're getting this message because they love you so much and they just want you to be happy and to break the curses or the cycles or whatever it is that they want to call these things. Connect with your ancestors. If you already do some kind of ancestral work, or if you haven't done it in a while, I feel like you're being called to do so because this will be very personal to each one of you, of course. I feel like there is a lot of shadow work to be done here when it comes to your family and how that's affecting your current connection or even your relationships in general. I feel like for some of you, you may not have a specific connection, but you definitely are working on your relationship energy here. Because I feel like some of you may be repeating certain things. Some of you might already be married or committed, and you're seeing certain things keep popping up within this connection that you thought you had let go. And I feel like this is part of the reason you're here, to gain clarity on that. The codependency for sure. If some of you are in a connection right now and you're not happy, your ancestors are telling you that you have more than what it takes to be alone and be happy, or to wait it out until the perfect person comes along. They'd rather you be alone and happy than in a connection and unhappy. And I know it's hard to say, especially if you have children or if you have other things going on. This is easier said than done, but this is definitely a call for you to pay attention to that. Sometime day breaks in my life, sometime the sun shines in my life, sometime things work right in my life. You are my sometime. You're looking for your sometime, that's for sure. Because if you are in a connection right now and they make you feel this way, where like everything is fine, but you're not feeling okay, again, I feel like you need to look within yourself to see why you feel this, even though the connection is going fine. If some of you are wondering whether your person has somebody else or if they're lying to you about something, I'm hearing, for the most part, like 99% of you, it's a no. They're not doing anything crazy or anything deceptive. It's mostly you and the baggage you have from either past connections or that has been passed down to you from your family. For example, if you came from a family where like a parent was cheating a lot and somehow you got it into your mind that this was okay, or that this was just acceptable, you may think that your partner is doing this even though they're not. Like they don't have that bone in their body. But because you grew up with that being the norm, you feel it like in your soul that that's true. I'm letting you know that part of your soul that feels that that is true is really just a remnant, some kind of residue that has been passed down to you, either from your childhood, from the people around you. It could even be your friends in some cases, especially if you've had friends forever who've had this happen to them. The codependency, though, does make me think that you could stand to be a little bit more of yourself within this connection regardless. I feel like it's time for you to break away and find aspects of yourself without your partner. And in some cases, if it gets really bad and you're unhappy, you may need to break away from this connection in general. But it's going to be up to you. Some of you are in a happy, committed relationship and there's just baggage of yours coming up that is making you see this differently. And some of you might be in a connection and you will know who you are, where you know it's time to break away and find things that will make you happy. It all depends on where you are. I can't make that decision for you. You have to be honest with yourself when you come into these readings sometimes and allow your intuition to work with mine. Like, I always say that to take this with a grain of salt or take it how it resonates for this very reason. And I say this with a lot of love, Pile, too. We all have to be held accountable for how we feel and how we know things are going on in our personal lives. Let's get the Astro Dice to see what else we can get out of this. We have Taurus, which makes sense because Tauruses can be very hard. I'm saying this as a Taurus. I'm not throwing shade. I know how we are. We can be stubborn. We can take forever to move on or to see things or to just do something about something. Like, I got that lazy streak too. That stubborn lazy streak too. Like, I'm saying this with so much love. We sometimes need to be honest about where we are with Mercury. Communication needs to be held here. And this communication is both with yourself and your ancestors, with the baggage, with the shadow work, with whatever is holding you back. In some cases, I'm also being shown that you have to be honest with your partner about where you are, not to freak them out or anything, but just let them know that you're going through something and that it has to do with this relationship. It may or may not have to actually do anything with them, but I feel like they're going to embrace the fact that you're working on yourself to see this connection in a better light, because they definitely see you in a good light with Sweet Honey in the Rock here. With the 11th house, it's typically the house of like friendships and community. And like I said, this could also be your ancestors. If you see your ancestors like a large community of people that are shaping you to be who you are today. But also societal standards is what I'm getting here. Which is interesting because that's typically like a 10th house thing. But because this may have happened a long time ago and this may have had something to do with the community of like in those, you know, in the days of the past, it's affecting you to this day. I feel like some of you might think that the community might judge you to this day about what you're doing. And this is especially true if you have very traditional parents or a very traditional background, cultural background or culture. And I have to say cultural background because sometimes the culture we grew up in is not the culture that we are currently in, if that makes any sense. Like the culture of my family doesn't really... Like, it impacted me growing up and how I see things for sure, but I don't abide by that at all. Like, you know, being single and in your 30s and having your own space in that culture would be considered something very different. Back then, it was considered a failure for women or a woman that was undesirable, as to where nowadays it's the opposite. So that's why I have to say cultural background as opposed to your current culture. For some of you, it might be your current culture. Maybe you've put yourself in that position where like you're allowing the culture to affect you. But remember, you don't have to abide by that. And that's no disrespect to how you grew up. This is just realistically where you are now and how you're meant to move in the world. So this is what's coming through. Some of us might be a little stubborn to accept certain things. That's okay. But let's also the colors coming through. It's very interesting. It's like a combination of like pink, purple, black, and yellow. So it's like the pink, purple, yellow wants to come and shine through and make you this beautiful, colorful, Polly Pocket, rainbow bright kind of person. But the black is kind of adding shadows to this. This is the shadows you have to shed light on. Also the grounding you may need so that you can honestly and objectively see this through the lens of your higher self. I feel like a lot of you do shadow work, and this is why I have to point this out. Some of you might want to speak with like with an energy worker. I feel like some of you might already do that as well. But definitely seek help if you need it. But most of this is going to come from within you. All right, let's move on to the tarot. Let me check the... Okay, I got to check the camera from time to time because sometimes it'll just shut off on me without warning. So we're using the Shadowscapes Tarot. This is my first tarot deck. And it's been very insightful. Like, when a deck calls to you, listen to it because they do have their own energy and vibration. And I haven't used this one in a while. Okay, so for my pile 2, what is going on in this connection? Where do they stand in this connection? That question has been coming through, and that wasn't what I intended this whole reading to be. So we have the King of Wands, We have the Queen of Swords for clarity. I do apologize for my voice. I'm aware that it sounds a little weird. I feel like I sound different in every video because of my sinuses, of allergies, of my house situation right now. We have the Page of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. This is the work that you need to do on yourself, by the way. And the Fool. You're going to be a changed person. You're going to feel shiny and new after this. Some of you might be getting an energy healing, because this is typically how I feel after I've gotten a healing. Like once I've let go of some ancestral baggage or family baggage. Back of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups. Moving on. And then we're going to clarify this with the Weaver Tarot. To clarify the King of Wands. We have the Knight of Wands to clarify the Queen of Swords. We have the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Coins to clarify the Page of Swords. We got two cards, Six of Cups and the Hermit. I was getting that because this particular row is you explaining to your person where you stand with the Page of Swords. This is offering a clarification on something. This is a message being sparked. We have the Six of Cups with reciprocity. This person is going to be very accepting and understanding of your situation because they want you to be in the best place possible. And the fact that we have the Hermit, you might have to spend some time away from them. And however much amount of time that is will be up to you. It could be like a weekend, it could be a day, it could be a few hours, but there's definitely a sense here that you have to work on this yourself. That message was coming through very strongly. That's why I had to stop and say that. With the Three of Pentacles, this is for those of you who are in a connection where you're committed and you love each other and you know that everything's fine, but you just have to work on yourself. If this is a connection where you know you need to leave, this is something else entirely. With the Three of Pentacles, let's clarify the shadow work. We have the Seven of Swords. This is the self-deception, because I know Seven of Swords is a deception card, and some of you were asking whether your partner was up to shady stuff. No, but this is you. I'm not saying you're up to shady stuff. Or if you are, I think you need to be honest with yourself about it and work on that. But there is definitely a call here that shady stuff is more within you and you need to work on it. But you will know if your person is up to shady stuff. Like, I feel most of you, it's not the case unless this is a situation where you already know you have to go. You know who you are. Like, you don't need a tarot reading to tell you that you need to leave a situation. You already know within your gut who you are. I'm just here. Sorry for the cut pile too. I'd already finished your tarot portion and realized that it cut halfway through. Yeah, whatever this energy is, I'll get into it because I had already channeled it. But okay, so we have the Seeker of Swords to clarify the Fool. You're going to step into a much more clear energy. There's going to be a lot of clarity regarding your past connections as well as your role in the connections and what emotional and energetic baggage you have brought into them. And then back of the deck energy, we have Seven of Coins. There's going to be a lot of work. Let's start over here. And I am sorry for the lawnmower in the background as well. It is, I don't know why my neighbors are so noisy. But we're going to start with this toxic masculine energy that we have from the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. So this is going to be, whatever this ancestral baggage you have, there is a very toxic masculine energy. Even if you were resonating with the oracles about somebody who felt that it was okay for them to have multiple women, or to have like just a lot of like people on the side or whatever, like the cheating or whatever kind of deception there was, even if it wasn't cheating, it could have been having lies in the family, like being deceptive towards people in your family. If you were resonating with that, this is an energy that has been following you. And even if you felt that you've already dealt with this or that you've already healed, I'm letting you know there are layers to this. There's definitely layers to your healing, as well as even if it was the women in your family who did this, you just have to see who it is. It's still a very masculine energy. So you have to be honest with yourself whether it was you who's been carrying this out or whether it's been within your partners. Even if the partners you have been very loyal, I feel like you may still have that suspicion, again, because it's been passed down to you from a long line that they might be unfaithful or that something is going on. And the truth is, this is mostly coming within yourself, these insecurities, or this notion that this is just something that happens within connections and relationships. And I'm saying this because I'm Latina, and unfortunately I see this a lot in my culture, where it's just normal for men to cheat on their women, or where it's very accepted. Like it's a very weird energy. I don't like it, and I hate that my culture has this. And I do feel for the men in my culture who are not like this at all and do want to break these cycles as well. But we're dealing with a very toxic masculine energy here that we need to release, that we unfortunately need to forgive as well. Not because we're okay with it, or that we're condoning it, or that we're allowing this, but because we need to allow it to stop taking a hold of us. Like, it's no longer going to control our future, therefore we forgive it. And it's weird because this morning I had this kind of rant about how somebody brought up the idea that we have to forgive old people because they're old, and they're no longer gonna do this and that. But there are so many old people out there still doing some very shady stuff and knowing they can get away with it because they are old. I'm talking people in their 60s, 70s, 80s. Like, people are living longer anyway, so I feel like we do have to take those old people more accountable for their actions. And I'm not saying you have to go out and call out your great-great-grandfather if he's still alive for the stuff he did. I'm just saying that we forgive, not because it's okay, but at the same time, going forward, make sure you don't become that old person. Make sure if your partner is that old person, like, I don't know where I was going with this, but something about forgiving and this old energy that keeps following us as we get older or as we move on through life. It's like, no, we don't have to accept that toxic masculinity. We still have to hold our people accountable for what they do, regardless of their age. With the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles here, we have clarity. You are gaining so much clarity, Pile 2, or you will. You're going to step into this Queen of Swords energy, and it's going to give you stability with the Ten of Coins here. I feel like, yes, this can be financial stability if it's something you've been looking for, or if it's been affecting your relationships especially. But this is also stability in general. Like, maybe some of you have not been feeling very stable in your connections, in your relationships, or you may have had trouble finding a stable connection. Once you release this toxic energy that's been holding your family and your relationships captive, like it's been coloring it in a very dingy color that we need to release, do expect clarity when it comes to your stability, whether that's finances or just finding a stable relationship in general. With this, I love this section right here because it has the most love. And like I said, if you have a partner, let them know about what you're going through. And do look at the reaction that they have for the space that you are asking for in order to heal yourself. If they react in a way that is very negative, or that they feel like they're going to take it personally, pay attention to that. They shouldn't be reacting that way to you. They should be reacting with love, with compassion. They should be giving you the space you need to heal, because they know, or they should know, that when you heal, you become a better person, and that in turn enriches this connection and relationship. We're looking for emotional reciprocity here with the Six of Cups. We're looking for a lot of love. And for them to understand, this is also a card of understanding. With the Hermit card, we're also going to be spending some time away from this person. And that could be up to you, whether it's a few hours, a few days, a week even. I feel like they need to trust you enough to give you this space. And if they don't, or if they react negatively to it, pay attention to that. Because that's definitely very telling of where this connection is headed and what is going on, and what is a key vital energy coloring this relationship. With the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, like I said, this is the self-deception card. Well, the deception card in general, but I feel in this case it's self-deception. And we're going to be working on, or you're going to be working on, exactly what deceptions you've told yourself, what lies you've been telling yourself, as well as lies that have been coloring your relationships due to the fact that you grew up in a very toxic energy, this toxic masculine energy. I keep calling it masculine because it does feel masculine, but even if it was the women carrying this energy out, it's still masculine. But we are definitely going to work on ourselves here. We are going to, if you feel yourself that you've been lying to yourself, or that you have been engaging in this deceptive energy, like I said, you have to just be very clear about it. I'm not calling you out. I'm just asking you with a lot of love that you have to look deep within yourself, and you will know if this is you. If this is your person, I feel like the deceptive energy, I feel like it's going to, because the example that I had was, I used to be in a partnership with somebody who was very loyal. Like he would not even look at other women. Um, but when it came to boundaries, he didn't know where he stood. Like I would see a girl try to like get more personal with him. She would text him a lot, call him a lot, like just, it was a coworker. And he didn't see that she was trying to get into his personal space, but I definitely saw it. And I knew that he was not up to anything shady, but he was very nice. So of course he would always reply and try to be there. And it was to one point where I was like, hey, you have to ignore her because she's trying to get in your space. Whether she's aware of it or not, she's trying to get into your energy. And that wasn't me being overprotective or jealous. That was just me noticing that somebody was trying to butt in where they shouldn't be butting in, because this guy had his own um, personal life to go on, and this woman just kept trying to like feed off his energy or whatever it was. So he did step back and finally like give her the boundary, but like he wasn't aware where he needed to put this boundary because he wasn't aware that she was doing this. This is that energy that this is giving me, where you should trust yourself enough, trust your intuition enough that you will know what is going on within your connections, whether somebody is trying to interfere with you and your person, or whether somebody is like doesn't even have to be romantic. It could also be like family coloring their perception. It could be friends trying to tell them this and that. There's definitely a feeling that you will be more energetically attuned to third party energies that are trying to interfere with your relationship, or even you, pile 2. With the Fool and the Seeker of Swords, I see you gaining so much clarity once you release this old energy, these ancestral patterns, this whatever it is that you have been carrying with you from relationship to relationship and into your love connections. There's definitely a feeling here that this toxic masculine, this very intrusive masculine energy, I'm not gonna lie, it feels very like it wants to keep being a part of your life somehow. And this could actually be like an actual like father figure or parental figure, somebody with this energy, toxic masculine energy. It could even be a mom. It doesn't necessarily have to be a man, who like might keep coming back. With the Eight of Cups, we're moving on from this energy emotionally. We're moving on to better emotional waters, better intuitive waters. And we're leaving behind this energy that has been shaping our perspective on how relationships should be. And with the Seven of Coins, it's going to be work for sure, but it's not going to feel like work because you're working on yourself and you know it's bettering you, and your partner will and or should feel the same, that you are doing this work for you and to make this relationship better for the both of you. Underneath that, we have the High Sage, which is the High Priestess in this deck. If that intuitive energy wasn't resonating with you, do understand you are stepping into a much more powerful intuitive energy. You are going to release so much. You're going to step into this power of just knowing what to do when it comes to your relationships, especially when there's very specific energetic influences interfering with that, whether that's something from your ancestors, some kind of negative cycle, curse, whatever they want to call it, coming through, or if it's like the energy of other people who want to tap into either your person or your own relationship energy. It's like they see you got something good and they want to get this for themselves. And like I said, if you know this is a connection you need to leave, this might not be for you, but definitely the aspect of like that toxic energy being passed down is what needs to be released. Yeah, you will know, pile 2. You will know who you are in this connection. We also have 2 major arcana cards here. We have the Hermit. So this is giving me Virgo energy, but you're definitely going to be in an energy where you kind of withdraw from the world to take care of yourself. Virgos could be important. Either you're a Virgo or you have Virgo energy. But I'm also seeing that if there were certain Virgo people that were key players in this, you will be releasing them. With this is also giving me the Seven of Swords card, because this is Mercury energy. This could also, if there's Geminis in your family, this could also be a big thing. And I'm not throwing shade. I love Virgos. I love Geminis. I love the conversations you guys have. I have Mercury in my first house, so I appreciate that. And Virgo in my descendant. So again, I love this energy. But there is a energy here of being very cunning with words, like not deceptive, but they know exactly what to say to get what they want. This might be an energy you're having to work with again, pile 2. And then we have the Fool, which is Uranian energy. And this will be Aquarius. You're stepping into a new era of being. You're going to be almost like a whole new, much more carefree person. You even see her. She doesn't have wings, but she looks like she's spreading her wings. And instead we have all these little birds. I would consider these little birds to be like your ancestors ready to catch you when you fall. Because there is so much love from them to you. Like I said, they didn't put you through all the things they put you. Either they themselves in their lifetimes or even you through what you went through. Just so that you could continue to be miserable. They don't want you to be unhappy, pile 2. They don't. Your ancestors love you so much that they're coming through here. This is very heavy energy. Pile 1 was similar with the heavy energy, but it was a whole different situation coming through here. But wow, I love that this reading was very out of nowhere, because I almost didn't do this reading. I kind of just made this up as I went after I finished a previous reading. But these messages, we're doing some major healing in 2024, that's for sure. Because this is coming out. I'm literally recording this Valentine's Day, but it won't come out until a little bit later. So we have some goddess guidance cards. Isolde, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So we're going back to your person. They're finally coming through. There's a whole legend or story about this. I think it's Tristan and Isolde. I forgot about it. I would urge you to go look it up. It's a very cute, well, maybe not cute. I think it's kind of tragic, but it's a romantic story. But the undying love aspect makes me think both that your ancestors have loved you forever, but also your person. Especially if you feel you have like a very soulmate kind of energy with your person. This person has loved you forever, and they will continue to love you no matter how much you are healing, no matter what you are going through or what you need to undo when it comes to karmic cycles or toxic patterns that have been passed down to you. Know that your person, if they are meant for you, truly loves you regardless. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. Yeah, regardless of the situation, coming through very strongly in that message. We have the ritual deck. Carnelian, warrior, creativity, and ambition. Which is funny, I have 3 carnelians right here. And I actually found these last night, because I've been wondering where all my carnelian is. I like carnelian because I can be very low energy sometimes. When it comes to my physical energy, it's not the best. And we also have it in heart form here. So you could be called to use some carnelian, especially when you're doing energy work. I feel like our physical energy gets drained a lot more because we're having to deal with, energy. With the non-physical energy here, warrior, creativity, and ambition. I feel like some of you might step into this new energy of knowing exactly what to do, especially, like I said, if the finances were a thing that you might be having trouble with. I feel like you're going to find new ways of making money or of finding solutions to your problems. This could also be your energetic problem, the energy you need to release, that is. Also, Virgo energy is coming through again because we have the Virgo glyph right there. That's interesting. Let me know if you're a Virgo in the comments. And also, you know what? Isolde has this like red-orange heart-shaped necklace. Maybe a heart-shaped carnelian is of importance here. We have the angel tarot cards, and I know they're tarot cards, but they have some pretty good advice, and I was called to use them for this reading. We have 5 of air, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everybody's motives. Let me repeat that because I did not read that well. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. So if you're dealing with family, I would encourage you to see what they have to say, because it's going to be very revealing about them. And this goes the same if you have a partner that might not be okay with you healing for whatever reason. If your partner is ever not okay with you healing, that's a big I don't want to say red flag, but like definitely check people's motives and what it is behind them. I already got it, guys. There we go. Okay. The love and relationships card. This is from the Affirmators. This is the romantic version. I do have a deluxe version, but I like this for relationship readings. No scorekeeping. I cut ties with past conflicts. Yes, cut ties with past conflicts. I make my personal life a clean, shiny slate. Beginning this moment, everything is new. When an old grievance repeats itself in my head, I introduce it to my new head tenants, tolerance and equanimity. Then I give it its stupid t-shirts and records back and tell it to leave. Yeah, we're letting go of old baggage here. Whether you were aware you had it or not, we are letting go of old baggage. And in some cases, certain people who want us to keep this old baggage, that's where this Five of Air is coming from. It's a win-some, lose-some situation. This would be the Five of Swords. Learn what you can from the situation and review everybody's motives. I feel like you will regardless, because I feel like my pile 2, you guys are overthinkers. And I'm saying this with so much love. It's what makes us both strong, and it's also like a weakness, isn't it? But this is where I leave you, my pile 2. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really do hope you gained some clarity and healing through this, or that it urges you to gain more healing. Of course, if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose this amethyst dagger point, I really love this, by the way. I found it last night, actually. Then we have a reading here for you today about your person and what is going on in this connection. So I'm getting that a lot of you really want to know about what's going on with your person. We'll get into that. The song that is coming through, I haven't heard this song in a while, and I don't even really listen to this band anymore, but it's Arcade Fire, Ready to Start. So I don't know if somebody's ready to start something or whether this connection is very new. I do apologize for the lawnmower in the background. My neighbor has decided to do the lawn this early in the morning. But let's look at your oracles. We have, I think it is high time to tell you that I think of you constantly. Ooh, let me repeat that. I think it is high time to tell you that I think of you constantly. Somebody is coming through with like a declaration of love. We have strength here, and it is giving me the strength card in tarot. We have flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. Oh, this is cute. Somebody might start flirting with you, and you might not think of it much at first, but there is an energy here that somebody has liked you for some time. Okay. Alone time. Some of you might be going through an alone time kind of energy right now. Like, it's giving me hermit mode. You're definitely working on yourself. And 54, watch a movie. You might watch a movie with your person, or you might get some, like, I'm seeing somebody sitting on the couch and like watching a movie, and whatever the nature of this movie will fill you in on what's going on with this person. And then this person like messages you or calls you, or like something comes out of the blue, and yeah, this will be a revealing moment. You'll be watching a movie, or you could be watching a movie with your person as well. Maybe your movie people. But there is a sense here that somebody has been harboring feelings for you for quite some time. Whether it's the person you're thinking about or not, we'll decide. With strength, I'm getting somebody who's very strong and athletic. Maybe they hit the gym, or at the very least, they're finding that inner courage to confront you about how they feel about you. I'm not saying there's going to be a declaration of love, but you will feel it before it comes along, because I feel like they're going to drop little hints here and there, especially with the flirting. And with the alone time, somebody might be noticing that you're going through something. Maybe you have recently started a self-care journey. Maybe you left somebody and they're aware. Maybe they're aware that you've been alone, and they kind of want to take this time to get to know you. And that's all that's being revealed. Why is that? Let's get some Astro Dice. Like, I feel like this person is really good at being secretive, or at like hiding their motives. We have the 7th house, not surprised with relationships. We have Aquarius energy, and we have, I want to say this is the South Node. So this person could have Aquarius on the South Node. They could have Aquarius in the 7th house, which would make them either a Leo rising, or you can have certain houses or certain signs in the houses, even if you don't have that specific. Like, for example, I have Pisces rising, but it's like towards the end of Pisces. So I have like a Virgo, Libra, and parts of Scorpio in my 7th house. I have like 3 signs in my 7th house. So at the very least, they do have Aquarius in the 7th house, even if they have other things there. Or you might as well. Pile 3? We're on pile 3. I am sorry, but I had to clear out a lot of energy from the past two readings. They were so heavy. This reading is not going to be as heavy because I do feel a very cute, lighthearted energy. It's just the energy of this person coming through is kind of like they want to show themselves, but they don't. And I'm not quite sure why. I do get the feeling that you know this person because I feel like they've been holding on to this for a while. It's high time to tell you that I think constantly of you. You're always on their mind, or at the very least, like they think about you in certain ways a lot. And I am getting very PG versions. This is nothing too crazy. So I'm wondering how innocent this is actually. Or if you even see them this way. If you were thinking about somebody, especially if it's like a crush, do expect this person to come through. Or at the very least, you might be stepping into this energy where you come through to them. Kind of just to throw it out there, because it's a very innocent energy that's coming through with alone time and watch a movie. I feel like this person wants to get to know you very slowly. It might start off as like watching a movie first as friends, but then they want to progress it on to be something else. It's very interesting energy. I'm being told to go on to the tarot, which is weird. I feel like I've only spent like seconds on this oracle spread, but a lot more will be revealed. And I feel like likewise, your person will reveal a lot more as time goes on. I feel like they want to play it safe because they may not know where you stand with them or where this relationship in general stands. But this person is very, you make them nervous. And that's fair, I guess, because like I said, when you hold feelings for somebody for so long, or when they've been thinking about you in certain ways, the rejection factor gets a lot more intense, I feel. Being somebody who's had a crush on somebody for years, in my past, not anymore, I don't do that. I don't really do crush energy anymore, or if I do, I take it very not seriously, because like once you hit a certain age, like I don't know, it's just not the same. I have Venus in Aries. I'm very direct. I go after what I want. But this person definitely does not have Venus in Aries. So let's see. For my pile 3, let's see about this person and this connection. Who are they? We have the 4 of Wands, which is always good. A good indicator that you already have fun with them. We have the Magician. Ooh, Mercury energy coming through. They could have a prominent Mercury in their chart, or they could be a Virgo or a Gemini. Like I said, they work out because does he have abs? No, I don't think he has abs, but he does have very strong arms. I've always liked the way this guy looks in this deck. This is my first deck and I've had it forever. Let's see. They might look good in white. We have Page of Wands. This could be somebody younger, or the energy they bring feels very youthful regardless of what age they are. We have, oh, the 2 of Cups, not surprised, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, you make them nervous that you might reject them. Back of the deck energy, we have Judgment. They're at a crossroads, or whatever the expression is. They're at a point where they kind of have to do something about it because they realize, especially if you've recently become single, or if you're currently in an energy where they know they might not get this chance again with you, that they might just lose out on this. This is such different. I'm so glad this energy is different from the last 2 piles. Nothing against those 2 piles if you came from one of those, but like that energy was heavy. We were dealing with so much in those 2. Okay, to clarify the 4 of Wands, we have the King of Coins, King of Pentacles, somebody who's offering stability to you. A lot of earth energy is coming through as well. Like I said, Virgo, but also Capricorn and Taurus. Let's see, we have, to clarify the Magician, the 9 of Swords. This person has been up thinking about you quite a bit, or at the very least, like, it's caused them to get anxious about how to approach you or what to do with you. If you know who this person is, I think you'll understand. They may have already said something to disregard. We have the Star with the Page of Wands with Hope. To clarify the 2 of Cups, we have the Sun. And to clarify the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Wands. Okay, so there. I knew it wasn't all PG, so they've definitely thought of you in certain ways. And I feel like, you know what? It's going to get a little 18 plus, but I have to say this. They may have thought of you in very sensual ways, or they may have seen like certain pictures of you and thought of you in a certain way, but then they regretted it, like, oh, am I being a creep? for looking at this picture or video or whatever it is that you posted and then thinking of them that way. I feel like you got your person worked up in a certain way. Let's just put it that way. Back the deck of the moon with subconscious energies coming through. What's underneath that? The 8 of coins. Yeah. This is just energy that's been within them for a long time. 4 of Swords energy. Yeah, they've been quiet about this. But let's say you posted a picture on your social media or a video even. This person has thought of you in a certain way, and they may have, with the 5 of Pentacles, it's giving me regret that they didn't, like, how do I put this? Like, they don't want to objectify you. They know you're a person with a good heart and a pure soul. And I feel like if you're friends, this is tenfold, like even more so the case. So they might come clean about this, or they might decide to just take a chance on you because they've thought of you this way. And I feel like it wasn't intentional. It wasn't that they were trying to be a creep, but something happened and then they felt like a creep. Like, oh, okay. So, an example, I don't want to say this out loud, Spirit. This is because it's trying to give me a personal example, but I don't feel okay. Okay, let's not make it personal then. But let's just say, let's say a friend wanted to have you over to their house for, you know, a small innocent get together, but in the back of their mind they thought, well, this is my perfect opportunity to get pile 3 alone. And if anything else happens after that, well, that's what happens. But then it is revealed by, you know, it's revealed that, oh, well, people try to get me alone all the time so that they can hit on me or that they can take advantage of me. I feel like that makes them feel like a creep. So they kind of feel bad about wanting to get you alone, even though I don't think that they intended for that to be the case. But like, if anything happens, then it happens. It's like, well, then suddenly you became one of those creeps, or they became one of those creeps, you know? And I feel like you, pile 3, you just have a very magnetic quality about you here with the 4 of Wands and the Ruler of Coins. I feel actually that this King of Coins isn't your person so much as it is you. You have a very stable energy. You really do have your stuff together. I feel like you have your finances in order. You might have your own place. You really do well for yourself. And that just adds to your level of attraction. Like, not only are you good looking, but you also have your life figured out, or at the very least more figured out than other people. Like, you're not just a pretty face, but you expect everybody to take care of you. You're a pretty face and you take care of yourself, and you can take care of other people. I feel like this person has seen you build up a lot of your people, a lot of your relationships, only to let those fall through. I don't think it's any fault of your own. It might be more the people you've been with or just the situation at hand. But there's definitely a feeling that you're not just a good looking person. You're also a good person. And you've got stuff figured out for you with the 4 of Wands and the Ruler of Coins. Yeah, I feel like this Ruler of Coins, this King of Coins, is very much you, pile 3. I was attributing it to them, but with the Magician and the 9 of Swords here, the Magician, I feel, is you. You're a great manifester. Your person can be too, whoever this is, but more so you. I feel like you both are to some extent, and maybe this person wants to know what the secrets of your trade are here, what it is that you do to get to where you are. With the 9 of Coins though, this anxiety is coming through. You make your person nervous. I'm seeing somebody that, like, on the surface tries to appear cool, but behind that is like somebody who's like afraid of you just rejecting them. Maybe you have rejected them in the past as well, not in a bad way, but maybe you've said something to the extent that maybe they're not your type, or that they wouldn't, you know, be with somebody like them. But they're taking that plunge anyway. I really like that they're, you know, building themselves up to be vulnerable with you, because we have the Page of Wands and the Star. They have hope that there's something here. I don't know what went on or what may have happened. We do have 2 hands here with like stars coming from the palm, so I'm wondering if like you've sent them good energy recently, or if they're sending you good energy. Maybe there's been some kind of energy healing either within you or your person. But the Page of Wands is somebody who's willing to put their heart on their sleeve here. It's courage. The Page of Wands is courage. Like I said, strength was coming through in the oracles, and I was thinking of tarot strength, and I'm surprised it hasn't come up. But this person is definitely willing to be courageous again and brave and ask you out, or say something to the effect that they think you're an amazing person. And I feel like they themselves won't see it coming either, because the Star is Aquarius energy, but the Page of Wands gives me like Sagittarius energy, maybe Leo. and definitely Aries. There's a lot of fire here going on. With the Two of Cups and the Sun, it's going to be a very brave day when they come through and ask you out or ask you to hang out. The Two of Cups is two people wanting to get to know each other. I feel like you're going to be okay with this. The Sun specifically, this courage that this person is going to muster up, they might be a Leo. The Sun is Leo. Or no. Is it? I can't remember. Strength and Sun both give me Leo energy, but regardless, this is giving me, it might be a particularly sunny day, so do look out for that when they decide to ask you out or when they decide to reach out to you to say something. There's definitely going to be a feeling that you can see clearly. The Sun in particular also makes me think that you might do this outside. Maybe you'll go hiking, maybe you'll go for a walk, maybe I don't know, whatever's going on, there's a lot of sunlight. It's not going to be a rainy day. It's not going to be a thunderous day either. Believe it or not, I've had this this weird pattern where anytime I would hang out with somebody, it would just happen to be stormy. The person that I would eventually get into a relationship, it was stormy outside. And I always took it to mean a tower moment where I'm like, well, this isn't bad because thunder can be exciting and it can be something unexpected and much needed. So I always took it to mean that. But in this case, whenever you're with this person, you will know that this relationship will go forward because it's going to be very sunny. It's going to be a beautiful day. That's just something very specific coming through. Take it if it resonates with the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands. Like I said, I don't know if they're going to admit to you until much later of the whatever these little dirty thoughts they had about you, or actions even. You might even find it cute, depending on where this goes. But there is going to be, it's going to be sexual attention on their part, not so much yours. It's going to be on their part. And what they decide to do with this will be up to them because we have Judgment here. The Judgment card is in their court. I feel like you're in this energy currently, pile 3, where you're not really making decisions when it comes to romance. You're allowing them to come to you, especially because I do get this energy of somebody who may have put themselves out there a little too much. So you're allowing this person to come through. You're going to be in a very healed energy or in a healing energy, even if you're not fully healed. And, oh, there's an eyelash right there. That's cute. So you can make a wish. That's interesting. I don't know where that eyelash came from. We have the moon here with subconscious. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of emotions being revealed here between you and your person, or you might be able to read them very well. The moon is giving me, this is Pisces. I also attribute it to Cancer, but mostly Pisces. There's going to be a very spiritual or intuitive undertone to this entire ordeal, because I am seeing a date. I am seeing like a meeting up with them, a conversation, but I feel like the both of you are trying to get each other alone because whatever was going on, wherever you know them from, you don't typically get a lot of alone time. That Aquarius energy is coming through again. So wait, did we have Aquarius? I can't remember what the sign we had was. I don't know why I assumed it was Aquarius. Maybe it was this. But regardless, there is going to be a very emotional and intuitive undertone to this particular outing that you are going on. Because I am seeing a very specific date with you and this person. And it could start off very innocently, but it could also be very, I don't know, but there's something lighthearted about this. It's not going to feel like a date until they say something about liking you. We do have 3 major arcana, well, 4, 5 that came through. So I do expect this connection to be very, very powerful and life-changing, regardless of what you remain as. I feel like some of you might decide to remain friends, especially if you're not ready to move on, because the beginning of this connection is on them, but how this connection progresses is going to be on you, pile 3. Let's get into your advice cards. We have the Angel Tarot card deck. It's typically a tarot deck, but I'm using it for advice because it does have, I was called to use it. I haven't used this in a while. And I typically don't because it's got angels, and I know some people are weird about angels, but I do work with certain angels, archangels specifically, and I'm aware that our ancestors do become angels. This is very much a thing. You can call them spirit guides as well, but I prefer angels. That's just how I was taught. But we have, ooh, the 9 of Water. Your wish comes true, concern fades away, a love of life. Yeah, I feel like this outing, or at the very least knowing that this person is into you, is going to be very emotionally joyous. I feel like it's going to give you hope, even if you don't progress with a connection with this person. I feel like knowing that they felt a certain way about you is going to give you hope about your love life or even about yourself. There's a mermaid here, and she's got like all this treasure. It's very cute. Also, this person could have blonde hair, because we had 2 cards with long blonde hair. Either you have long blonde hair or they may have long blonde hair. But regardless, let's get a card from the Affirmators Love and Relationship Tarot. We have receiving. You might be in your receptive energy, pile 3. I open up and allow myself to receive love in all ways, from all directions. It may seem scary, but it's better than receiving audits, bedbugs, or hate mail. I receive love, and it feels so good that I decide to receive it some more, and then some more, and maybe just a wee bit more. Yeah, you're going to be in your receptive energy when this happens. And that might be part of the reason they come through, whoever this person is. It's very cute. Whoever this person is, they got a cute energy about them. We have the ritual deck. I'm only going to get 1 card from here. Abalone, ritual, awareness, and balance. The balance is coming through big time. This is also all upper chakras, third eye, crown, and throat. So, like I said, you will be in your receptive energy. I feel like you will also be in a very spiritual mindset, at the very least with this person, because like I said, that the moon card came through, and that was giving me intuition. Also, all these cards are blue purple, so that's also all upper chakra. You're definitely, maybe they care a bit about your spiritual guidance. That's maybe part of the reason they decide to reach out to you. It's going to be very innocent though. For your last card, we have a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. We have Suli's Bodies of Water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or the ocean, to recharge your batteries. You might decide to go somewhere where there's water. Maybe you go hiking and there's like a river or a lake or something. Or maybe the beach as well. I feel like you both are going to enjoy water to some extent. Or if this happens to be like a weekend getaway, which it's not going to be for everybody, but this might be something you plan. You might go somewhere where there's like a lake or a beach, or yeah, there's going to be water. This card always makes me think of a weekend getaway, because I don't live anywhere near water anymore. So I have, well, I guess I do. I just don't go to that lake because it's so crowded. But yeah, there's going to be a sense here that you guys are going to want to go near water for whatever reason. Abalone shells I think are also from the water. I can't remember where they're harvested. Yeah, there's a lot of water here. I wonder if they're a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. But regardless, I see something very beautiful, and I'm being told not to say too much because you're going to really want to be in the moment, and you're not going to want to like influence it too much by with what I tell you here. But you will know who this person is. The energy is going to feel very light. They're not going to be in a negative energy, especially if you've known this person for a while and you're used to seeing them in a very negative energy. They're going to be very positive. They're going to have healed some aspect of themselves. And maybe you will have to, pile 3. But this is all I have for you. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If any of this resonated, let me know. And if you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care.